As we start this journey together, I just want to make it a point to say that body dysmorphia is real. I've never been officially diagnosed, but looking back at all these photos, I never saw anything wrong with my body. But once I put it in a side by side, I realized that I didn't recognize the person I was in the mirror anymore. And even though I was 20 to 30 pounds heavier, I needed to learn to love myself at any part of this. So I had to focus on my mental health because weight shouldn't define me. How I did that was I journaled, I meditated, I stopped focusing on this chart with all these numbers and realized that I just needed to be internally happy no matter where I am, and I need to stop focusing on numbers and just focus on how I feel. When I look back at those photos, I realized that at that point in my life, I also thought I was fat, and that is a significant problem. One thing that absolutely helped me was making a dedicated morning routine. So here's mine. I'd wake up in the morning and feed my animals, and in no particular order, I would meditate. Focusing on meditation helped me clear my mind. Then I would plan my week, plan my day, depending on what day it is, but I spent a lot of time planning out my weekly meals, my weekly workout, what I was going to do for the day. I'm a very particular list person. Next thing I do is journal. I have 3 different types of journals. One where I just write my thoughts, this gratitude journal, and then this journal by Vicky Justice. So I just got this new journal in, and it really just helps me focus my thoughts. Next thing I started incorporating was daily walks. I made sure to at least walk 15 to 20 minutes every morning before doing anything. And so I would just pick a YouTube video of another different fitness influencer or somebody that I like to look up to, and basically just watch it for 15-20 minutes. And I would do this kind of like a fasted cardio. So I did try intermittent fasting. So all this stuff I would do before 10, because I would intermittent fast between 10 and 6. So here I am, just trying to get my daily walk in. And the next thing that I would do is eat breakfast. So once 10 o'clock hit, I would eat breakfast, and then it was time for the gym. Having a focused routine pretty much helped me get my mental health into gear. However, we will talk about gym later on in this video. I just really wanted to emphasize mental health in this particular segment, and now we will move on to the next segment of this video. The next segment of this video is on nutrition, and that is because that is the one thing that I struggled with the most, and I feel that's why I kept failing. So I really wanted to focus on food, nutrition, and everything that I learned up until this point. I learned so much about nutrition by watching every single food documentary there was out there on Amazon Prime, Hulu, Netflix. I also took this course from the Lifestyle Medicine as a CME and learned as much as I could from them. And then I went to Barnes & Noble and tried to pick up a few books. But once I got there, I was so overwhelmed because there were so many different books on wellness and health and eating healthy. And I'm like, what do you listen to? So I ended up picking up these 2 books because I wanted to learn more about nutrition and vitamins, and I'm going to make a designated video on nutrition because there is just way too much to talk about in respect to that. However, I started cooking every single meal at home with whole healthy ingredients and reading nutrition labels, and that was probably the best thing I could have done for my nutrition journey aspect of this weight loss journey. The next thing we are going to talk about is exercise. So my goals have shifted to be like these women. I want to be old and not have to use a walker. Prior to this, my whole focus was I was in the gym for hours at a day, maybe 2-3 hours, killing myself in the gym, and I didn't see any progress. And the reason why was because I cannot outtrain a bad diet, and I learned that the hard way. So for me, unfortunately, I'm not one of those people that can go to the gym 30 minutes a day and be fine. I have to lift heavy. One thing that I loved seeing was my progress. When I first started working out with my gym trainer in 2023, I could barely lat pull down 55 pounds, and in the previous segment you saw, I was up to 115 pounds. Exercise was something that I was always consistent in. I can always work out, but like I said, you can't out-train a bad diet. So instead of killing myself in the gym, I learned to incorporate fitness with good dieting habits. Next, I want to talk about physical health. All this weight gain had put a toll on my body. I got diagnosed with GERD, GI issues, headaches, was having heart problems. So I went to see my primary nurse practitioner. We came up with a plan to make sure I was going to be in the best shape of my life, and we set realistic goals and timeframes for these issues I was having. And I'm happy to announce this was the final weigh-in for the first month down.